I did some digging on what kind of money do union carpenters make. And like I said, going back to my statement, it all depends on where you live and what local union you're working out of. California, the union carpenters as a journeyman, you're making in the 60s per hour, plus your fringe benefits, so your benefit package on top of being in the union. How much money you make as a complete package is around $90 to $100 an hour. Now, I think like a union carpentry journeyman doing concrete, it's like low 30s an hour, which that sounds like not a lot of money, but in Arizona in a skilled trade, that's a pretty decent amount of money. How much do union carpenters make? Let's dive into this. The union carpentry apprenticeship is a big training platform across the whole United States and in Canada to where you get proper training, education on trades in the carpenter's line of work. In the carpenters union and apprenticeships, there's like 5 or 6 different trades that you can kind of actually take an apprenticeship in. Concrete being the biggest one. There's framing, there's becoming a millwright, there's becoming a pile driver. There's a handful of them, and you can just look up union carpentry apprenticeship near me. So then you can always go on the website and just check it out. But in this video, I kind of wanted to discuss and educate a little more about like what kind of money do union carpenters make. Now, this is kind of a subject that's actually you have to do a lot of research on. And it took me a minute to really kind of figure out like, it's not as easy as just Googling on your phone how much union carpenters make. Because here's the thing about most union trades, whether that's electrician or lineman or ironworker or carpentry or any one of the numbered of union trades out there in the United States and Canada, is it's based off what union hall you're working out of in location. So I always say in the lineman trade, because that's the one I'm the most familiar with, and I have worked across the United States out of different local unions, whether that be California or New York or Arizona where I'm at right now, or in the north somewhere, I have a better perception or what kind of money linemen make. So my brother, he went through a union carpentry apprenticeship in the Northwest, so in Washington, Oregon, and I kind of have a pretty good perspective like what kind of money he made. And because he has knowledge about that trade, he's kind of filled me on a little bit of the insights. Like I was saying, I did some digging on what kind of money do union carpenters make. And like I said, going back to my statement, it all depends on where you live and what local union you're working out of. And there's a bunch of carpentry unions all across the United States and in Canada. So to be able to tell you exactly how much a union carpenter makes, that varies. That number varies big time. I know that in California, the union carpenters as a journeyman, you're making in the 60s per hour, plus your fringe benefits, so your benefit package on top of being in the union. How much money you make as a complete package is around $90 to $100 an hour. And that's common. In the union, you're going to have a fringe, you're going to have a benefits package on top of your hourly wage. I know in Arizona where I'm at, this isn't a very strong union state. So the unions here are kind of weak. And so because of that, the packages, the hourly wage isn't really that much. Now in Arizona, I believe union journeyman carpenters, depending on, like I said, what field in carpentry you work in, that pile driver or a millwright, or if you're just doing concrete or if you're doing framing, what field specifically you're working inside the carpentry union, those wages differ just a little bit. Now, I think like a union carpentry journeyman doing concrete, it's like low 30s an hour, which that sounds like not a lot of money, but in Arizona in a skilled trade, that's a pretty decent amount of money considering. And now on top of that, you got to add on your benefit package, which is like another $25 an hour. So you're looking at roughly $50 to $60 an hour with complete package. And that's not too bad. Now you just go one state over to the West, you go to California, man, in Northern California or in Southern California, you can make pretty decent money over there. Like I said, I was doing a lot of research digging, trying to find out on Google how much the hourly wages plus the benefits. And California is the one state that actually kind of shows you how much money you make. And I came across this. It's a Carpenters, NorCalCarpenters.org, and it's a wage card. So this tells you exactly the wages and benefits you make as working in the Carpenters Union in Northern California. Now, we have carpenters, we have bridge builder, highway carpenter, we have hardwood floor layers, we have shinglers, we have power saw operators, steel scaffold and shoring erectors. And it gives you the benefits and the hourly wage for each one of those. And they're also divided into different areas among Northern California. They have area 1, 2, 3, and 4. And area 1 being you get paid the most. And it explains here, you can look up literally wage cards for Northern California, and you can find this, or I might even have this in a link in the description below where you can go look at this yourself. Now, these wage cards aren't everywhere. Like, I searched these wage cards for different unions in America, and California is like the only place I was able to really find these wage cards to learn more about, like, how much do you make in the union. If you really want to learn, I'm going to tell you right now, your best bet is probably just to find your local union where you're at and call them up on their business hours and ask them, hey, I'm interested in becoming a union carpenter. I'm curious what kind of money your carpenters make in the union. I'm just exploring my career options, and I kind of want to know what kind of benefits and money. And I can almost guarantee they're going to tell you what you're going to make as a carpenter in that union, starting off as a laborer or a first step apprentice, all the way up to journeyman rate, and then so on and so forth, foreman, general foreman, and those type of things. So in California, they have different areas, 1, 2, 3, and 4, where area 1 is the counties of Alameda, Contra Costa, Marin, Napa, San Francisco, San Mateo, San Clara, Solano, and Sonoma. Those are probably more expensive areas to live in. And now carpenters in area 1 making $64.01 an hour. The bridge builders are making $64.01. The hardwood floor layers are making $64.16. Shinglers are making $64.16. Power saw operators are making $64.16, and steel scaffold and shoring erectors are making $64.16. I'm not going to go through all the different areas and all the different numbers. I'm just giving you an idea of what kind of money they make in Northern California in the Carpenters Union. And they also have on here the fringe benefits of the entire 46 counties in Northern California. And they give you the first, second, third step, fourth step, all the way until you're a journeyman carpenter, those wages as well. So if you want to learn more about this, I'll have this in the link in the description where you can find exactly, you can look and learn a little bit more here. Also, another resource that I'm gonna give you guys right now, if you want to learn more about the Carpenters Union and like which one is closest to you, there is, if you go on carpenters.org, I'm also having the link in the description down below where you can learn, where you can locate the local union nearest you. Here, it's going to, quite frankly, show you. It shows you the whole map of Canada and the United States. And here, I'll just show you. It shows you all the different unions. And I don't know what state you live in, what city you live in, or anything like that. You can just zoom in on this map, and then you just click on whatever one is closest to you or whatever state you live in. And then it's going to give you the local number it is, and then you can click on more info, and then more info is going to give you the phone, the email, and a website for you to visit to go learn more about that union. What I would personally do if I were you, I would find that local union closest to you, and like I said earlier in the video, I would just call them up and ask them, tell them, hey, I'm interested in getting to the Carpenters Union. I'm curious about the kind of money and the benefits you guys provide for you guys as members. Because as just a random person searching Google, I can't find those wages and benefits. You have to become a member to where you can log in to a portal, and then you can look at wages and benefits. And that's most unions as well. The IBW, the union I'm part of, is the same exact way. Being able to tell you exactly how much money does a union carpenter make, those numbers vary significantly across the United States, across the cities, and depending on what specific trade you work inside the Carpenters Union. Like I said, whether you're a millwright or if you're a carpenter doing concrete or you're framing, scaffolding, a lot of these ones, they kind of vary in wages. But that also gives you options for you to get into an apprenticeship and start learning more about like that specific trade. If you like doing concrete, which that's like my brother, he loved doing concrete. He became very good at concrete, and that's like his niche specific trade. He's tremendous mudhead is what they call him. If you want to learn more about the Carpenters Union, just go to the website. Like I said, I'll have the link in the description below where you can go on there and just learn a lot more about what they have to offer and the specific trades that you can learn inside the Carpenters Union. And then to actually learn how much a union carpenter makes, I'd go ahead and give the local union where you're at a phone call and just ask them, hey, what kind of money can I make as a union carpenter? Hopefully you can learn from this video, how much does a union carpenter make? That number varies significantly across the United States. With Blue Collar EDU, I'm here to expose, teach, educate you about blue collar career opportunities and things that'll help you getting started in skilled trades. If you want to get into a skilled trade or learn more about how to get started, go ahead and go to bluecollaredu.com, click on the careers tab, and there's a bunch of trades on there where you can go learn, get some free 6-step guides so you can start getting your foot in the door and start learning what steps you need to take. Or go ahead and email me questions at austin@bluecollaredu.com or drop your questions down below in the comment section. I take your questions and I answer them on CTQ, which is a segment I do called Cruise the Questions. Hopefully you can learn from this video. With that being said, I'll catch you on the next one.